So here we are finishing up the last bit of these tongue and groove boards. It is Monday afternoon, and we had about 80 of them to do, and we got here at what time, honey?
Today we have about 240 altogether.
But today we had about 80 more to do, and in the past couple of hours we've really just knocked them out. So what we have to do, they delivered all the boards and they set them inside the garage. So we have to pick one up, I do, one at a time. Bring the board out here.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear it, Diana, but she said you have to take one of these one at a time, or at least she does. Bring them out here. Bring two of them. Stain them in a very special way. And then, while it's kind of semi-drying, she gets two more and puts those on. And then goes over the other boards to get just the right fawn-colored darkness.
You got it?
You got it?
So,
Okay.
lay out two boards. You can see Chuck's working over on his two boards. I've got mine. And we've kind of come up with this little special technique because these are really smooth boards. So you got to do the sides. These are the grooves. And I'm going to go real fast because I don't want the video to pass over 4 minutes because then it won't go. It'll stop. Then you got to do this side, these edges. And you dip some more. And you apply the stain kind of haphazardly and random, just making sure it's all covered. But you want to let it sit for a few minutes so that it seeps into the wood. Because it's been sanded, it takes a little longer to absorb. So I'm going to let that board sit for a few minutes while I start this one. Meanwhile, Chuck is doing his two boards over there.
You may have noticed that by the time we get one of these boards done, we've walked the 16-foot length about 14 times.
Well, not 14, but at least 4.
We could have walked to Texas by now.
And we figured out where we parked the RV, and here between the house is about almost a quarter of a mile. And we go back and forth several times in the day to the RV to eat lunch or to have dinner and come back here, or because I forgot my glasses or whatever. So we figure we're walking probably 2 miles a day between walking back and forth and pacing back and forth on these boards, on all the boards that we've done. So now I've done this one random. Do a little swirly pattern to make sure I get every piece of board is tinted. Here comes Chuck with more boards. Then I wring out my sponge, make sure I don't have any excess. And then here's the final touch. Coming back and ever so smoothly gliding over the top of the board. Coming back, wiping the edges. And then going over the board one last time in the opposite direction. And voila, one board done. Now I'll finish off this one. I sure hope you guys can hear this. Wipe, clean the edges. anyway, the good news is I lost 4 pounds last week doing this.
Isn't this pretty?
Keeping it up.
Does that look like fun or what?
Isn't it beautiful? It has the perfect caramel tone. And Becky, you more than anybody will know this. It looks the exact same color of the caramel, the caramelo, the caramel that I make for flan. It's just beautiful. Anyway, these boards will go underneath the roof that's over here to the side, and I'll show you that in a minute. So now Chuck carries the board off once the 2 are done. And, whoa, watch behind you. Okay. And he carries them off to the drying racks inside the garage.
Where we have fans going.
So, there you have it. That's our board project. This part, anyway.